Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is doing all right tonight. This is the Locker Room Lounge podcast, episode 2 of the new year with Shay Shay Shaboom, your girl, Miss Player Role. We got a special guest tonight, my boy, Coach E. Eric Clark from Buffalo, New York. And so we're excited to have him in the room tonight. And we're going to get started. Dion, go ahead.
What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Yo, listen. So yeah, we got our man Eric. What's up, E? How you doing?
What's going on with y'all? How everybody doing?
We
Yeah,
doing good. We
all
doing
right.
good. Glad that you was able to jump on with us tonight. You know how we gonna kick it, just like we in the locker room. We about to chill out. But so listen, just a quick review of what we about to go over. We gonna talk about the NFL recap, some of the hirings and the firings that's been going on since week 18 has been going on. My man E is high school football coach. So we're gonna talk about a little bit about youth sports, the conversation of how it's different now, from when we were playing youth sports to now and how his adjustment is. And then my girl Shay she got some political topics that she want to get into, and then we're gonna end the night off on a little bit of player role spotlight. So here we go. Let's go. Let's get it going. You ready, Shay?
I'm ready.
You ready, E?
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right. I gotta pop open my Red Bull because it's been a long day. Um, so yo, NFL, what's y'all thoughts on last week? Like on some real stuff, like just like the biggest wins and losses that we saw. I mean, FYI, everybody know y'all see it. I'm a Bills fan. I got somebody over there that's a what fan are you, sir?
Patriots fan.
Oh.
Patriot Nation. Patriot. You feel me? We out
The
here.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Obviously everybody knows Shanta is a Steelers fan. So you have Buffalo and Jacksonville. If you ask me, that was one of the best games that I've probably seen Josh Allen play since he's been a Buffalo Bill. Um,
I won't say it's his best, but
it's one of his top performances.
it's up
It's
there.
one of his top Superman performances.
I think his best game was the 13 seconds that the Bills squandered. I think that was his best game. Like he threw like 5 touchdowns that game or 4. Gabe Davis was killing the Chiefs. You know what I mean? The Bills should have won that game. I don't know how they lost it with 13 seconds left in the game, but I think that me. I think that was his best game to me.
Shanta, did you watch that game? You watched the Bill game?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna say it was his best game, but I mean, he's a great player. It just seems like he does most of the work besides Cook and Kincaid most of the time. Josh beats his body up a lot. And I'm interested to see how long that's gonna last. But outstanding game by the Bills. I was even cheering for y'all. Absolutely.
Like what's crazy though about Josh, and I had these talks all the time, like with other people, other coaches, and people in the barbershop. It's like if you take that away from Josh, Josh is not Josh. You know what I mean? If you don't let Josh run and you don't let Josh just gunsling, then who is he? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like
That's his superpower.
right
That's actually his superpower. That's what made,
now,
like you said, that's what makes him who he is.
right. But I also feel like with him, with you being a franchise quarterback, you have to protect yourself too at all times. Though.
Absolutely.
So it's nothing wrong with going to get 15 yards and sliding. You know, you ain't got to run everybody over. You feel me? But like I said, but if you take that away from Josh, he's another average quarterback. You know,
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So then we had, what was the other in the AFC? We had New England, and who did y'all play? The Chargers, right?
Chargers. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Y'all played the Chargers. Listen, that was a kind of tough one. I expected y'all to score more. To be honest with you, like I really expected y'all to score because the way that y'all been playing, and y'all offense is a little bit scary. Little do people know, y'all got some receivers over there, and y'all got my boy. And I used to be in love with some Diggs when he was when he was with Buffalo, and y'all got my boy over there. So I respect y'all offense, and I expected a little bit more. I don't know if it's because of the Chargers defense and like they kind of showed up to a certain extent, but that was a kind of tough one for y'all, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, like for me watching it, we was in the red zone twice and turn the ball over. You know what I mean? Miss blocks lead to strip sack. Um, think Drake threw a pick that got tipped. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, those things you got to clean up. You add those 14 to the points that we scored, we blow them up. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to clean those up because coming in this week playing Houston, you ain't got time to make those kind of mistakes because Houston defense is.
Listen, that's my next conversation because obviously, like, she's a Steelers fan, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I kept saying it. I've never seen this really happen, and I've watched football. But how do you turn the ball over 3 times on offense? 3 times, your offense turned the ball over 3 times
and win,
and you still win. I was like, the second time I was like, oh, this game is over. I was like, Pittsburgh got it. It's a wrap. And then the third time, I'm like, are you kidding? No. I mean, I know, Shanta, I know you got your feelings on this, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about your Steelers right now.
So I honestly, I mean, I have to have a healthy respect for Texans defense because I'm an athlete. So naturally, when I see a great defense, I'm going to give respect. Is that what lost us the game? No, period. Our offense sucks, trash, dumpster juice, garbage, which is why the coaches got fired, which is why the rest of the coaches getting fired. They should have been gone. Our O-line, whatever we drafted was trash. The entire O-line is trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even blaming Rodgers. No, Rodgers wasn't the problem at all to me either. Was not at all. Our coaching staff is dumpster juice. Our O-line is dumpster juice. And I think that if we had a stronger O-line, like if DK could have caught his one pass, Austin, we don't have the O-line we used to have. You know what I'm saying? My defense was amazing. You know what I mean? Our defense performed better than Texans defense. You know what I mean? So because we caused the 3 fumbles. So again, you know, I voiced my opinion the whole time they was playing, you know what I mean? Like, just dumpster juice. Ain't no excuse for it. Piss poor performance. We should have had more than, oh my God, so many. We should have had touchdowns. We should have had more field goals, the whole 9. And we just couldn't convert. We could not convert. So, yeah, and that's why everybody's getting fired. Stepping down, my bad.
That's what I said. You got to say stepping down because
we're going to step down to stay face because we're the Roonies and because we're Mike Tomlin with the mediocre Mike mentality of 9-8 is great, you know, forever. So, yeah, we're stepping down so that the options are open if you've really been reading, so that he can still do some things if need be or wanted to. So, yeah, but in our book, you know, like he said to some of the comments, the fans wanted him to go. We wanted you to go 3 seasons ago, sir. We've been tired of you, sir. I think he's washed. Honestly, like I've been lost respect like 4 years ago. So, and I'm a diehard organizational inside and out, wrote a paper for my master's degree that I'm currently in on the entire organization. So yeah, no shade, just the L we took. It's a learning lesson. Next season, salute.
Absolutely. What you think, E? What was your opinion on that game?
Like, I want to start with this though. So like, like I'm on both sides of it because I've been a player and I coach, and on one hand, right, and I say this about any team, about any team. When the team is winning, right, it's always the players. It's always the players. The moment the team start losing, it's the coach, and like that's the part that always like baffles me. Like, you know what I mean? Like we can't, as coaches, like y'all all didn't coach at some capacity at some point in your life. You know what I mean? Like all we can do as coaches is put players in spots to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't execute, and that's what it comes down to, execution. If I don't know, no matter what play I call, I can call the most basic play. It could be a quarterback sneak. If one person don't do their job on that quarterback sneak, whether it was the right play call or not, guess what? I get blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? So in the case of Mike Tomlin, do I agree with 9-8 being great? No. Do I respect the fact you never had a losing season in 18 seasons? Yes, I respect it, but I will respect it more if you had 4 appearances in a bowl in those 18 years. You know what I mean? Whether you won them or not, being there, being close to it, I can respect it more. So I agree with Shanta. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with that. Like I said, you a Steelers fan. You know, I can't speak on that. I mean, I haven't dealt with shit like that. You know what I mean? It was either being a Patriots fan, it was either Super Bowl or nothing. Like that was
right.
You know what I mean? So for my team to be in a position to be back in that spot, to have a chance to play in a bowl, you know what I mean? I don't know. But like I said, going to the game, it was plays to be made. Like the first drive, Rodgers came out diamond Metcalf, you know what I'm saying? Diamond. And then Metcalf disappeared for whatever reason. Whether it was play calling, whether it was him not getting open, whether it was the O-line not blocking, it all comes back to execution. You know what I mean? Like I don't know no coach that's not gonna call plays for their best players. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell everybody you got to give respect to the Houston Texans defense too, because like they got starters over there too. You know what I mean? Them boys pay millions of dollars too. So
listen, I ain't never seen. That was my first time really watching Houston play, and when I watched their defense, I was like, "Yo, this is ridiculous!" Like they some dogs over there. Like
they
I'm
remind
scared
me of our conference. Yeah, they remind me of our conference. How the Browns used to be, how the Bengals used to be, how the how they used to be. Like, I mean, y'all could disagree to agree, but I feel like we got the hardest conference, and because we all bang in our conference. Like Cleveland could be 0-2, and you gonna have a matchup. You gonna see Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why that conference is like that. It's always been like that.
Because it's because of the cultures that was set. You know what I'm saying? When you got Ray Lewis there for 15 seasons and Ed Reed, right? And you got Joey Porter and James Harrison, Troy Polamalu, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Montez Burfict, you had, dudes who, even with Cleveland, Myles Garrett and them boys, like, you was going to be in a physical game. That's just what it was. When you watch that AFC North game, it wasn't going to be no high-scoring game. It was going to be 13, 17, 20-7, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like that, you know what I mean?
Game.
I can't recall an AFC North game where it was a blowout. I can't recall one. In my life of watching football, even back in the day, back when we was younger, and you had Kevin Green and Joey Porter for Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? When Ray Lewis forward, even before Ed Reed got there, all them. You know what I mean? Like those games were always physical.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
And that's just what it was. But Dion, I'm surprised, you didn't see Houston defense because they was on Josh ass.
Listen, I'm gonna give y'all insight. Everybody knows if the Bills are playing and they make my blood pressure go up high, Dion definitely turns the game off, and I will go to sleep.
Right.
I go to sleep, and I will wake up later on to see the highlights because I can't take it. I don't want to be in the hospital because I done had a heart attack.
Right.
If y'all I don't want that to happen to me. So our next game was the Rams in Carolina. That was was it Carolina? Yeah, the Rams in Carolina. That was a great game. That was a great game. I mean, like all the way down to the wire. I wanted Carolina to win. I had Carolina winning that game. I like their core. I like who they got. They got a lot of young talent over there. They're gonna be something to watch out for the next couple of years. And everybody got to be careful about Carolina. What was the other game?
49ers.
49ers and the Eagles.
Oh, the 49ers. Listen, I had so many Eagles fans on my Facebook page. I felt so bad for them.
That Eagles team, man. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
No, I mean, me neither.
I don't get it. You got the quarterback, you got the running back, you got your receiver, you got everything. What's wrong?
I think it's performance again now, and then I'm gonna tie two things in. I wasn't gonna say anything, but me and Dion was talking, and I had to remind her too about who Mike Tomlin had. And so I agree with Eric when he says execution, you have to perform. The coach is only in charge of performance measurements or performance measures. That's what the coach's job is, performance. Everything else is GM or front office. You know what I'm saying? The coach is just in charge of that. So when he says execution, the Eagles just didn't execute. And I say that because when you think about all the people who the Steelers had, and I had to remind her, that they had the Juju Smith-Schuster, they had the Claypool, he had Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace, he had Le'Veon Bell, Najee Harris. Like, you had all this talent. You know what I'm saying? Which transfers over to, are we, current in 2026 with our teaching and our leadership and everything else. So again, back to execution though, when you have a winning Super Bowl team, You know what I mean? Of course, the pressure's on you. You're expected to do it again. You know what I mean? So to lose the wild card, though, that was like, okay, somebody ain't hungry enough. Y'all got complacent, something.
But you know, like before I go on to Philadelphia, like just staying on Mike Tomlin too, though. Like we got to give Mike T credit though, because after Ben, like Kenny Pickett, old Wilson, Justin Fields, I don't know what the hell he doing. You know what I mean? To still have a winning season, right? To still be in the playoffs with those dudes, like you got to give Mike T some kind of credit. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not gonna fully put it on Mike T. You know what I'm saying? Yes, like I said, you're a Steelers fan, dire Steelers fan. You want to see your team in the bowl. I get it. You know what I mean? But you know, you got to give them some kind of credit too, though.
Oh, it's definitely player execution as well. Like offense was not as hungry as defense was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so going back to the Eagles, I think that for them it was just an all-around effort. It ain't like they got blew out. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think a lot, if you was really watching that Eagles game, I mean, how many times do you run the same play over and over again? How many times you got to do something different? I mean, I was able to call a play out and be able to be like, hey, they was about to do this. I can see it, because you can see it. Right. Like, these players are not stupid. They get paid money to be able to be out here. Does that fall on the coaching at that point? Because like I said, if you was watching that game, they was running the same plays over and over and over again. It was like they didn't have nothing in their playbook.
I think it fall on players though, because like for me, like when I watch the Eagles, right, like they're grown men, right? They're all getting paid millions of dollars, but as a player, I'm only gonna call plays that my quarterback is comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? So if he has limitations on what he can do, I'm not gonna put us in a bad spot by calling plays things that he can't do. You know what I mean? So
I see what you're saying.
If he limited, like everybody give Cam Newton shit because he keep it, like one thing about Cam that I respect is that Cam keep it 100. You know what I mean? I be defending Cam in here like everybody like he be hating on Hurts. No, he not. He keeping it 100. Like y'all bypassing all of his flaws because he's black. Like me, I don't give a fuck if you black or you white. If you got flaws, you got flaws. You know what I'm saying? Jalen flaws is evident. Like you can't have two-star number one wide receivers and you can't get them the ball. Like how? Like where? And then even going back to last season, you never seen no other wide receiver in history of football on the sideline reading a goddamn book during the goddamn game.
Nah, you see them in the iPad,
right? The iPad,
trying to see where they fucked up or what's next or whatever.
That nigga AJ Brown was like this. Just reading a book novel, because he like, you know what? I'm gonna read this novel because I don't want to spaz out because our quarterback ain't shit. So I'm gonna keep my mouth closed and just read this book, and I'm just gonna be quiet. You know what I mean? So I think it comes down to players. You know what I mean? Like I think if Jalen Hurts had, if his game was more extensive, I think the Eagles' play calling would be better. You know, because when you look at some of these other quarterbacks, you know, the Josh Allens, the Mahomes, even Drake May for that matter. Like him being so young, like Josh McDaniels, he don't hold back on play calling. You know what I mean? Because he trusts Drake May to make the right decisions. These coaches trust their players to make the right decisions. I feel like the Eagles coach didn't trust Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reasons, you know what I mean? I'm not in a organization. I'm not in a locker room, but I know as a play caller, I know what my quarterback can do and what he can't do, and I got to do what's best for the team. You know what I'm saying? So,
for sure.
You know, we got it.
I think the other game was what? Green Bay and Chicago. That was actually another good game too. That was another good game too.
I want to see Green Bay win. I ain't too much of a Chicago Bears fan. I think they win. They play. I don't know. I guess because I was stationed with some of them, they play filthy to me. Like I just don't. That's all right. But
I like that young quarterback. What is his name? Caleb? Is it Caleb Williams? Right?
Yep.
Yeah. I like him. I like him. I like him a lot. Like he showed me some maturity in that game. And I like to see what I'm gonna like to see what he does in the future. I don't know how far they're gonna go. I don't got them making it past the next round. I don't care what nobody say. But yeah, I like his maturity. I like what I'm seeing from him. But yeah, they definitely. I wanted Green Bay to lose. I didn't want Green Bay. I don't like the Packers.
Love played great. I think they needed him back, but without Micah,
yeah, defense was crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, for me, it was like I didn't care who win. You know what I mean? Because I'm always gonna go for the black quarterback. So two of them playing. So I didn't care who win. But I feel like even with Green Bay, they stopped executing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like as great as like first, like that's why I say as good as these coaches is, like Matt LaFleur is a great offensive mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can call whatever play you want. If they don't execute, that's what it is. I just like, I mean, y'all two hoop, y'all hoop, y'all play basketball. If Coach call the play and that play calls for fucking Dion instead of pick and then roll, if Dion said a bullshit pick, the play don't work.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
So it's like, like I said, it all come down to execution, man. And that's what separate the great teams from the average ones is execution. Like all them times the Chiefs was winning, it wasn't because they were better. They just executed moments when they had to. You know what I'm saying? Like the 13-second shit, that wasn't the Bills being bad. That was the Chiefs executing. And fucking Bills didn't, and the Chiefs did, and that's just what it is. It comes down to that, man. But that's the one thing I think a lot of fans got to get out of their head is that when shit not going right, blame the fucking coaches. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's it depends on what team. Like for my team, it's both. Our coaches is trash and the players did not execute. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. I think it's a little bit of both. I know it's a little bit of both for my team. I can't speak for everybody else, but I do agree with E that you just can't blame the coaches. And me and Dion also talk about how this era of sports is soft. Like the wild card game is playoffs. Die or go home. You're getting millions of dollars. What are you doing? What are you here for? Like everything should be diving, sprinting, banging, clap, neck broke, go in the blue tent, come back out, try it again. Like, and if you're not playing sports, it's just different. It's a different era. I don't even know if I could really coach this. I probably would. I couldn't because you're soft. Right. You know what I mean? And softness, unfortunately, does not win championships. Defense wins championships, and defense is tough and it's hard. I don't care what sport you're playing.
That's crazy that you was just talking about that because that's what we were going to talk about during youth sports because that's one of my questions for E. Like, do you see the difference? Because we can talk about that right now. Do you see the difference as being a coach, the toughness and kids, the toughness in the players that you're coaching? Because you don't only coach kids, you coach older people. Right. You know what I mean? Like you coach adults too. So do you see the difference in being a coach?
I definitely see the difference. So for me, I've always felt like toughness comes with confidence. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna tell y'all something that a lot of people don't know about me. So when I started playing football, little league football, I wasn't the most confident person. Like y'all know me now, and y'all know that my confidence be on 5,000. I always say that all the time. My confidence on 5,000. You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, my confidence wasn't that. It wasn't that I was soft because I would go hit anybody. Like, I got into fights all the time. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a punk, but I wasn't confident in what I was doing on the football field. You know what I mean? So it came off as, oh, E ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? But once I got a coach that instilled confidence in me, then that's the E y'all know now. You know what I mean? So I do feel like a lot of these kids these days is not soft. Like they're just not confident. Like, and I'm gonna give you an example of this shit. So I had a kid. It's funny. So I was at a little league game, and I was doing holding the chains, whatever. And the coach it was the championship game, and the coach asked they in the huddle, yo, who want the ball for this game winning touchdown? Nobody raised their hand. Nobody. And I'm sitting in my head like what? Like you don't want that moment? You know what I mean? And my son was on that team and he didn't raise his hand. So now, as a parent and a coach, I'm like, is you my kid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is you my DNA? So when the game was over, they ended up winning. But he just called a play and it ended up working and they ended up winning. But none of the kids wanted the fucking ball in that moment. So I asked my son, I said, yo, why you didn't raise your hand and say, yo, throw it to me, coach? He was like, cuz what if I would have dropped it? I feel like a lot of kids is scared to fail. You know, a lot of kids are scared to fail and they're scared of that pressure in that moment. And I feel like that's where the confidence is lacking. Cause me, you ain't gotta ask me. Yo, give me the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? Give me the ball. You know what I'm saying? Give me the ball. You know how it is. You know how it is. Give me the ball. Get out.
Now,
I'm
great.
Yeah, like you had to ask nobody. You just looked at me. Hey, you ready? You damn right already, coach. Let's go. Like, but to see 7 kids just
That makes sense now. Like when you saying it, that makes sense. It makes sense now. Like they're afraid of that. They feel afraid of that failure.
right.
They're afraid of what everybody else gonna talk about.
Exactly.
That you missed that shot or you didn't catch that ball. And now you got social media. And
Right.
now you got what people talk about you on social media, and you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and why you didn't perform. So it definitely, that's an added pressure that we didn't have to really deal with, to
Right.
be honest, because you just go to school the next day and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like they got that.
No,
added pressure now.
we talking about you. We talking
yeah.
about you. Tell the
But,
truth.
Oh yeah, we talking about you.
yeah. With us though is that we wasn't sensitive. You know,
No,
what I'm
not at all.
That part.
Not at all. They're sensitive. This generation definitely is sensitive.
That part.
You know what I call them? I call all these kids 1% milk kids. They all 1% milk. They never drunk whole milk. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have tough skin. You know, they
Right.
have 1% milk kids. You know what I'm saying? And they afraid what everybody gonna say. Like I watched this thing the other. I don't know if y'all seen it or not though. It was Memphis Bleak was on Drink Champs, and he was like, we grew up in an era where our friends was the biggest critics, was the most disrespectful motherfuckers that we was around. So other motherfuckers couldn't disrespect us and make us feel bad. He is like I remember, man, being in the hood and nigga be like, yo, last one to the store, mom sucked dick. You know what I'm saying? And boys,
You haul and tell.
You all in tail. You out.
You out.
You ain't playing no games.
Word. Yeah, this was
Don't you talk about my mama like that.
exactly.
At all.
Yo,
And
whoever
I
don't make this jump shot, mom smoke crack. Like, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, we grew up in that era where we had tough skin, and like I said, we actually played the sports that we play. We actually played every fucking day.
Every day.
These kids don't go out, they don't go outside, and people don't understand. Like that shit built confidence. You know what I'm saying? That shit built confidence. So when you got one on the court against somebody else, you like, she can't be better than me, or he not better than me because nigga, I'm outside every day doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that gave you the confidence and the actual toughness. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, your friends gonna knock you on your ass. You know what I mean? Get up. You feel me? But these kids don't. They don't play. Like you can write down now and don't see no football games going on.
No.
You don't see no
Listen, you can ride down any street in Buffalo right now, and it's not like, you know how you used to have to go, you got to ride super slow. No, you only ride slow now because you got to go over speed humps. You ain't riding slow because it's kids in the middle of the street or it's kids, playing, running back and forth across the street. No, it's over because of the speed humps. You definitely right. I mean, I've seen it myself with the youth, even with my own kids, like just trying to get them to go outside and do stuff.
It's also over because of social media and technology, and because these parents are their kids' friends instead of parents, and don't make them get out the house and get fresh air and turn that TV off so you ain't brainwashed, you know what I'm saying, and get out and do some normal activity so your brain can think for itself, so you know how to communicate and deal with other people, so you don't have anxiety, so you don't have all this other issues, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's all that. It's all that.
You know what I mean? But then you get those few that the ones that we call dogs, right? Think about our era growing up. Everybody was a fucking dog.
Everybody.
Like it wasn't a rare thing. like you motherfuckers knew when they went to play traditional. Nigga, you got 9 dogs on that team. You got to deal with nine dogs, motherfucker. You got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
And you better be strapped up and ready to go.
And ready to go. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And now you go to games. And you be like, oh, he average. He's a fucking dog. It's like 1 or 2 dogs. It's not like you know what I'm saying? Like what it is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that came from us just doing that shit all the time, every fucking day. We just outside. Like I go outside one day. That motherfucker said, "And do what?" What? I said, "Yo, go get in trouble. Go break somebody's window. Go do something. Like have a neighbor come to me like, yo, your son was like, do something, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?" But Ashanta definitely right though. Like a lot of these parents, You know what I mean? They just
are the problem.
yeah,
They are the problem.
they are. I had it so this is a real life story, right? So I won't say the kid name because I don't, you know, I got a job, but so we record every practice at Maryville. Like, you know, our field, we got a camera up to record every practice. So had a parent come to me and asked me why his kid wasn't playing. So I was like, well, you should ask your kid why he's not playing.
Because he's trash. See, I couldn't coach.
You know what I'm saying? But so for me, if anybody know me the way I coach, I don't care what you can't do. I care what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can do, if you're not going to do what you can do to your full potential and give 100% effort of it, I'm not gonna have you out here because you're gonna hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so the parent asked the kid, you know, naturally the kid said, I'm playing favorites or whatever. And my rebuttal to him was, I'm playing favorites. You're a senior. I'm playing a sophomore over you. How am I playing favorites?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Most sophomores don't even touch the field.
That's you did. That's why when I just said like that, especially in football, you're right. Because most sophomores don't touch the field. You gotta be legit to be able to touch the field.
Exactly. You are a senior. You let a kid that's 14 years old outplay you in practice.
That just came probably from Little League football.
Exactly. Every day. So I told the parent, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna send you the last 3 weeks of practice on his huddle. And I want you to watch him at practice. And we had this convo after you watch your kid at practice. So he went and watched it, and he came back and said, Coach, you know what? I apologize for even approaching you like that. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, bro. I said, I don't pick on kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't single kids out, none of that. I've had numerous conversations with him throughout the whole offseason. He skipped the weight room. His dad didn't even know about it. His dad was like, I thought he was going. He said he was going to weight room. I was like, he came one day to weight room. You know what I'm saying? He skipped all of our off-season meetings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to stick my neck out and, you know what I mean? No, you gotta earn it with me. You know? You gotta earn it with me. And that's, I think a lot of these kids don't want to earn it. They want it given to them. They microwave kids.
Super air fryer. It's gotta be quick, fast, and fast in a hurry.
Yeah, they don't want to put it in.
They don't want to search for it. They don't want to put the work in. It's gotta happen right now.
Right.
Gotta happen right now.
And that's what all of us though. Like we wasn't top notch right away. We had to work. You know what I'm saying? We went and worked. We went outside and played. We missed shots, missed layups. I missed throws. I fumbled. I threw interceptions. You know what I mean? Like, but those lessons, those mishaps made us
who we are.
We are, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what a lot of these kids don't have, man. When they mess up, they just shrink. You know what I mean? Like, I watched both of y'all, like, you know what I mean, miss a fucking layup and come back down.
Gotta go get it.
Oh, let's go. You know
Gotta go get it.
That's because you missed so many layups growing up. That missed layup don't
mean nothing.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, that's what a lot of these kids don't have, man. They don't have that mental capacity to say, well, I've missed 100 layups before, so I don't give a fuck. Like that won't don't make me or break me. You know what I'm saying? And but like I said, but it's definitely the parents though, man. These kids be coddled. You know, they don't want to work. And that's just
it don't just be me talking that, because see, some people be thinking I be being all biased, and I'm like, no, I'll be trying to keep it 100 with everybody. Like, some of y'all parents are just really too soft on your kids. Like, your kid would never be able to live in our era and be able to do the things that we did.
Your kid would never be able to play on my team.
No, they'd be spit out, like chewed up and spit out in a second. You know what I mean? So you see that every single day. What was so before we go anywhere, I need y'all picks for next week. Buffalo, Denver. I got Buffalo.
All
right, Houston, New England. I got Houston.
New England.
Got the Patriots.
New England.
Rams, Chicago. I got the Rams.
Got the Rams.
Okay, Seattle, San Francisco. I got Seattle. Oh, y'all thinking too long.
I'm gonna go with San.
You go with what?
San Francisco is nice. They not to be played. They another Texan team. I'm gonna go with San Francisco.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers too.
You want the 49ers too? Okay. See, all right.
But
So
here's
go
why.
ahead.
Anybody watching, I want everybody to hear this. I always say, like, when it comes down to playoff games, I feel like it comes down to quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And I, even though I respect Sam Darnold and what he's done in the last 2 years, I trust Brock Purdy more because
Mm-hmm.
he went to a bowl. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I feel like he's been with his team longer.
Mm-hmm.
He's been with his coordinator longer. He's been with his head coach longer. I feel like that experience, when the going get tough, I feel like that experience is going to help him in the long run. I don't think Sam Darnold's never been in this big position before. He's never been in a spot where he's been on a team that is in the playoffs. And when he did with Minnesota last year, he got his ass smoked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
I think the 49ers quarterback a dog. I mean, I think he an undercover dog. He a slept on dog. I think he a
Right.
baby Josh. You know what I mean? Like he nice. He nice. He
Yeah,
nice.
pretty good.
I know my grandfather probably rolling over his grave because I picked the 49ers. I mean, I didn't pick the 49ers, but I'm going to see it. Sorry, guys. I gotta be the oddball. Just like y'all both picked New England and I picked Houston. I want to see the defense. I want to see Houston's defense. Houston's defense is
We got defense.
nasty.
But if New England can rattle, the difference is New England can perform offensively. So if New England can rattle what's his name? Stroud, which he's easily to be rattled. We expose that. So if you can rattle him, it's over.
Right.
But even if you can't rattle him, he's still got a defense that got his back.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
got a score.
Right, but to fucking Shanta's point though, like he got a defense too.
I know.
But New England got a hell of an offense. New England.
I know y'all got a defense and I know y'all got an offense, but I don't want to see y'all the following week, FYI. So I need y'all to lose.
So listen. So you rather deal with us or you rather deal with Houston?
I want to deal with Houston. I legit want to deal with Houston because
I don't think y'all ready for Houston.
Can I tell you the reason why?
Can
I tell you the reason why I want to deal with Houston? Because I got faith in Josh Allen to be that Superman that he's gonna be, and that right there will shut everybody up about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. I don't care what nobody say. I need to see the number one, the MVP from last year to go against this defense and show everybody what he's about with the least talent that he's ever had in his career since he's really been with the Buffalo Bills.
But you know what too though? So people don't understand this either though. So I don't know if they started tearing apart new era, but if the Bills win and Houston win, they got to play in Buffalo.
I know.
I don't know if they started tearing the stadium up or not. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so because they knew it was a chance that they might have to play. There might be a chance that we play at Highmark. Right. So I don't believe that they tore up stuff. I know people was trying to take seats out that last game, and they was trying to stop people from doing that. Right. So, but yeah, if they can't play in Buffalo, do you know Buffalo people? The Bills Mafia will tear up the city of Buffalo if we cannot play here and have the game.
No, they're not gonna tear up Buffalo. Tear up Orchard Park.
Oh, they're gonna tear up Orchard Park.
Anyway, knowing the stadium should be downtown. Knowing the stadium should be downtown off that new little rail train y'all extended. It should be in the city of Buffalo. So no, tear up Orchard Park. Don't tear up Buffalo.
Tear up Orchard Park. All right, so we're gonna move right along. Yo, Shanta, you was talking about some political stuff. And I know you like to talk about the Orange Man.
I don't. You know, I can't stand the Orange Man at all.
I know you like to talk about the Orange Man, but I did not. When you told me about what the Iranian people said, and when I looked it up, that they talk about they was coming to get him and they was going to assassinate him, I said, these people over here, that is crazy. They is blunt, they rude, and like they have no care in the world. Like, yeah, we just gonna come assassinate you. We gonna kill you. We don't care.
And they said they're not gonna miss this time. But it's not even that. He's trying to avoid midterms. Like it's not. So you messing with the Federal Reserve. At the same token, you over here in Iran's, you in everybody business that you ain't supposed to be in. You still in presidents. You know what I'm saying? From other like for oil, you in other countries still in oil. You just what I mean. it's also for me because I'm spiritual, and you know this, and if you don't eat, you will. It's a spiritual thing for me too, but and we not gonna get rid of Pharaoh till God say so anyway. So it is what it is. We got to ride through some of this, right? But to see him with all these felonies, everything else that he has done, you know what I mean? From the first impeachment, technically, the first time, you know, to now, it just baffles me how, because it's impacting everybody, right? It's global. It doesn't matter your color. Everybody, matter of fact, his color is getting impacted more than other colors. So with that being said, you know, it baffles me that he's overriding systems which we've had in place for years, the Constitution and so forth and so on, and nobody can shut this man down. It just baffles me, which means it's an inside job. Somebody inside a lot of places is being paid, you know what I'm saying, and not and some probably by Elon Musk, his you know, peon. But even so, to the point now, his buddy Putin over in Russia is like, oh no, you're doing too much, sir. Right. You know, like it's just it just blows my mind how, you know, nobody, I mean, and then he got the Supreme Court on lock, you know what I mean? So he got the House on lock, you know what I mean? Like, and until we get, and this is a wake up for Dems, I hate to say it because it's Dems versus what? Republicans, we know that, right? And it's a wake up for, we had ample time to get things in place and we didn't, and warning came. And when he said, how did y'all not think Project 25 was all retaliation? It should have been called Project Retaliation, period. And nobody, people really have blinders on, you know, and they won't be removed for a while. Unfortunately, it's just like like a dumb high school kid, you know what I'm saying, that you tell don't go down that street and they go anyway and bust their head, right? It's people out here who really thought that this man was going to be for them.
Right.
And it's taking them to lose almost everything. You know, and then look at ICE. ICE is out of control. We talked about that last week. You know what I'm saying? They just going to the vulnerable neighborhoods. That's how I'm gonna say. They can't run up on something.
No, well, so I'm gonna tell you something that happened in Buffalo. So I guess now the people in Cheektowaga is pissed at how ISIS. They feel like the Cheektowaga police is coordinating with ISIS. So they had this big old town hall. Yeah, they had this big old town hall meeting with the residents from Cheektowaga because they don't like it. Right. They not feeling what's really going on. So I think some people are now starting to wake up, and I don't know if it's a little too late, but you got people that starting to wake up and understand that, we might have voted for this dude and for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Like, this stuff is backfiring on us. But like I said, I didn't realize how much was really going on with the Iran stuff. I seen the Venezuela. I said, oh, now we just gonna be capturing presidents and their husbands or whatever. I'm like, yo, this dude is bold. Like, this might be the first time you see our president really get captured or something like that, because they coming for him.
And ain't nobody gonna help. But you gotta realize, it's being a veteran as well, to combat towards Bron Starr. With being a veteran, I'm gonna say that we never wanted war with Iran. You don't want war with Iran. We chose Iraq for a reason. We went to Afghanistan for a reason. We never wanted war with Iran. You don't want war with North Korea. You don't want war with China, for real. You don't want war with these places. Right. You know how many people is in China? Right. You know how they train in North Korea because we defend South Korea and they come train with us. In Afghanistan, they train with us. I fought one. I knocked one out. Trust me. He got shunned from his village and everything. Trust me. We teach them everything. And so everybody knows. It's just certain people. You know how you be like, you don't want that smoke with him or her. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that smoke with Iran. Right. Because you don't know who their allies are. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like he's being a bully and he's going around, and I just can't. It's crazy how many from the immigration, these camps where they're treating people just, man, cruel. There is no unless until it happens to them. And I feel that Vance is a nobody. He's horrible too. So if you're gonna take one, take both. When you come get them, take both. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody stopping you. There will be no security. The military don't care for them. None of the leadership in the military care for them. Ain't no ICE. Take them too. We not. Yo, man, listen. Come to DC. Take them to the front door. Like nobody cares. Like somebody turning their back. Trust me. Like
it's a 2 for 1 deal.
Man,
it's a 2 for 1 deal.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
It's a 2-for-1 white chicken deal.
And unfortunately, it's the same thing with in reality of life. Warning comes. A lot of us, we're different. We think we're smart, we're strategic. We listen to warning. I was raised by old people, so I definitely listen. So when you see what's going on, you prep. You know what I'm saying? You get ready. Like, yeah, he gotta go. Like, but I said all that to say, unless it happens to you, people don't react until it happens. It's too late then, boo boo.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So unless the Supreme Court, all their grandkids get shot, like now what? Now what? Oh, you want to? But this was your guy. This is your guy. You know what I'm saying? And there's no benefits. There's no benefits. You screw my cousin, you screw me. You know what I'm saying? From government jobs to education to women in business to, I could just go from food stamps, and y'all the biggest one on food stamps. It's just so much, but he's going down his list. He told you, he gave you the blueprint. Now let's go to construction. I know construction. That's what I do. You get a blueprint. When somebody rob a bank, when there's a heist, when there's a hostages, first thing they do is where the blueprint.
The blueprint.
He gave you the blueprint when he gave you Project 25 and told y'all what he was going to do. There still was no preparation. Now you got little Jasmine Crockett trying to be little Martin Luther King by herself. You know what I'm saying? And it's sickening.
Right.
It's sickening. You know what I mean? And then now.
I was gonna ask E, do he deal with that? Like, obviously, because I don't know, like with me coaching, a lot of the kids don't talk about political stuff. So no. Is that something that come up with y'all? Like,
so for me, it's like, so I coach at Maryville, but I teach at Lackawanna. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, two different.
And I've had kids, young females, who stay after school to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon because they're afraid to go home. You know what I'm saying? I at first I was like, why you scared to go home, man? They would just ignore me. You know what I mean? And then one day the girl just told me, she was like, I'm scared that they're gonna kick my door in and take us. I said, who? And she was like, ICE. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, so and it's one of my students that I actually like care for. You know what I mean? I care for all my kids, but she's like one that's like real close to me. You know what I mean? She's a smart young lady, you know what I'm saying? Good grades, 95 and up, you know what I mean? And to hear her say that was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the only really political thing I've ever had to deal with. You know what I mean? But just that in itself, like Cassandra said, like it don't bother you until it happens to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the picture unless the fucking flash is on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so that like so for me that shit hit home because like I see you every day and I go home wondering, am I gonna see you tomorrow? You know?
So are they blocking people from getting U.S. citizenship right now if they are undocumented?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
And that's why you get a lot of foreigners that join the military because in the first don't get me the line. I want to say 60 to 90 days. I could be wrong. You can get your U.S. citizenship even when you're deployed.
Right.
It happened. I've stood in and witnessed. And you only got to know 10 things about the Constitution and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Right.
Wow.
It's just some of them questions look like when we were fighting to vote.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's why I asked, are they because just like he stopped some grant funding, not all, but some, did he stop where and then what takes so long for some of them to get documented? Like, what's the holdup there?
Yeah, like I don't understand that part either. Like, what's the holdup for everybody to get documentation? I mean, I do now see the reason why ICE is coming to get some of the people that they are coming to get because they are felons, like they are like skipped out on, they got warrants out for their arrest and this and that. I get that part. I understand that.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that too.
But when you just pulling people out of Mexican restaurants that's here on Elmwood Avenue in the middle of broad daylight and you arrested them, like for real, come on, y'all. Now let's be for real.
My part is, my thing is, be legit. Show me your warrant. Take your ski mask off, sucker.
Yeah, like why y'all being scary about it,
sucker? And then y'all ain't even just grabbing Mexicans. Hold on, it was a black man that said He was on there today. I think they was in the truck. If I could find it, I'm gonna send it to both of y'all. And 6 kids, his six kids, sent to the hospital because they let a bomb off inside. I think it was. And yo, he black is the background y'all looking at right now. Swear to God.
Listen,
So ICE is not just, and it's because they want martial law.
Yeah, they went.
And we're not retaliating to it. We're not retaliating to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But right now, like he wants to, oh my God, he wants to let, I can't think of who he wants to let go. I can't think who it is and what he wants to, something he wants to enforce to stop the riots in Minneapolis. Right. And I can't think, I've seen it earlier as well. He wants to let something, it's not good, put it like that. But now you want to go back to 1970, now rioting and looting and all that. Now I concur with looting and rioting. Get what you don't get what you need.
Right.
Because there ain't gonna be no power, no gas, no get what you need to survive. Take it all. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to take it all.
Right.
I mean, you're right. You absolutely right.
He is taking it all. He has taken a lot.
Yeah.
I never been a fan of his, even before he was president. Even before he was president, I still wasn't a fan of dude. Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't like his. I didn't like his characteristics. Like, I could read people, you know what I mean, and see people for who they really are. You know what I mean? And I've been seeing that shit from just back in the day. Him being on wrestling, I'm like, yo, I don't like dude. Like, you know.
Right.
You know, he said on wrestling. Yo, I forgot he was on wrestling. Because him and Vince McMahon is like really good friends.
They're real right. He made Vince's wife, I think she like the head of fucking education or some shit. Like,
yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like even back then, like I don't like dude. You know what I'm saying? It was just
mama said in 1989, if my dumb son, it's an excerpt in the newspaper, ever becomes president, the world is in trouble.
Now, come on. If your own mama go say that.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure, doc. It been out, but I didn't. It was out right when I think I had just got out or I was still in. That's why I got out because he had just took over.
Right.
But yeah, she said it.
Well, your mama you.
Well, your mama can tell you that. Yeah. So we only got about 5 more minutes. So we gonna listen. So I got some questions for you. Sure. And then you already know, like, so obviously I do my player role, and I know you got so many different roles. So we're gonna do I'm gonna do some just actual couple of questions about your different roles that you play. So as being obviously you're a coach, but what's one of your hardest roles that you feel like you play right now?
One of my hardest roles that I play, I think, being a coach. Cause I feel like, like, so I say this all the time. I feel like my mental capacity for football is top notch, and I feel like it's top notch from the football, and I feel like sometimes being an offensive coordinator is hard because I have to design and do things within the structure of what somebody else wants. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like when I first started off, it was difficult because it was like, well, damn, I want to do it this way, but I gotta do what he want me to do because he the head coach, he the boss. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, over the course of time, I've learned how to consolidate and put what he wants and what I want together to get this baby that we have now at Maryville. But that's a higher road though, because like I said, and then it always comes to head when you win games because it's like I want to call this, but he want to call this, he want this, so it's like, and then if this don't work, now I'm sitting there like
we should have did this.
You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a higher role for me.
Okay. How do you manage and balance burnout with your players? Because, like, nowadays you got a lot of kids that they don't just play football. They play all these other sports. Then their parents have them at all these different practices and there's different trainings. And they doing this and they doing that. But then you need them and you got them working out with you. But you can also see that they burnt out. And you can also, they can even be mentally burnt out. Because as a coach, obviously, we can see it. We understand our kids, their mannerisms. So how do you deal with that?
So, like, the physical burnout part, I haven't had an issue with that. Like I said, we got a lot of two-sport athletes, but at Maryville, a lot of our kids are baseball players. You know what I'm saying? And they play football. You know what I mean? So when we first got there, we dealt with a lot of baseball players. You know what I mean? Now it's turning to where now it's more of a football program school than it is baseball. You know what I mean? So the one thing that we do with our staff is we tell our players all the time: if you play baseball, we respect that you play baseball, right? When you're doing baseball stuff, we don't actually do football stuff. But football season, don't ask us, can you miss football to go to baseball? You know what I'm saying? So you're either going to be all in with football or not. You know what I mean? So we don't ever run into that burnout thing. You know what I mean? Now mentally, what I do to help the mental burnout, I know how it is getting up 6 a.m, gotta go to school, do the homework, go to practice, remember your plays, remember your assignments, all that stuff. So for me, I don't normally change stuff like with my with my offense. Like I don't care what the defense that we plan do. The play that we guys play that we got answers within this play for whatever they do on defense. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't have on mesh if we run a mesh. I won't have this week. Hey, we're gonna run a post, and then this week we're gonna run the corner route. No, every time we run a mesh, you have a post. You know what I mean? So you don't have to learn anything new. You know what I mean? So that helps a lot with the whole mental burnout. You know what I mean? They're not learning anything new. Focus on school. Whatever you learned with me, you learned already. You know what I mean? We just fine tune it. We might add a shift, a trait, or emotion to it, but for the most part, it's nothing new.
Got you. This is my last question. This is actually for both of y'all. One role that y'all both take pride in.
Oh, you want to go first, Johnson?
I'm the world's point guard. I'm the world's PG. I mean, everything starts and ends with me. Like, y'all can't do nothing without me. Like, if I can't get the ball over half court, ain't nobody getting nothing. Like, I see everything. I got to know everybody's position. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be tip top. You know what I mean? I think that role is important on and off the court. I think it has built me to be the CEO, founder, owner that I am in entrepreneurship. And has built me in ministry. It has built me in the army. It has been, I mean, it's just been my foundation. You know, I'm a leader's leader. You know what I mean? So I think that's the best role. It's equivalent to a quarterback, which is what he is. So I think I conduct. I tell you what to do.
Right. I like that. What about you, E?
Father.
Oof, okay.
I knew that was gonna be.
I knew that was gonna be his. Now, wait, how many kids you have, E?
6.
You got 6?
Did it take you some time to get to that though?
Right.
What? Get to what?
Or were you off the cuff like, yo, I'm a daddy's daddy, or was you like,
and so I just had this talk recently. So one of my young boys having a kid, and he asked me, about being a father, and I said I had kids young, so I was learning on the fucking job. You know what I mean? And I say this all the time, and I told my older kids this. I feel like I'm a better father for my younger kids than I was my older kids because I know what I was doing with my older kids. You know what I mean? I was letting everybody else dictate what being a dad was. You know what I mean? Spend this much time or spend this much money. You know what I mean? Like, so it was constantly that. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, I had kids in the era where fuck my baby daddy, fuck my baby dad. You know what I mean? And so I feel like every baby mama wanted to be that. They wanted to, fuck that nigga. Or, you know what I mean? So with my oldest 3 kids, I dealt with that a lot with their moms. You know what I mean? Like they didn't allow me to be the dad that I wanted to be. I had to be the dad that they wanted to be. You know what I mean? I tell them all the time, like, I'm not your dad. I'm their dad. You know what I mean? But as far as my youngest 3, like I know what to do. I know how to do things. You know what I mean? I know how to balance money, time, all that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I take pride in that. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's part of being a quarterback too. Like I quarterback them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, listen, I appreciate you answering my questions and everything. Shanta, your final thoughts so we can go ahead and lock this up. This was a great episode though.
It was. I'm excited. I hope Eric comes back on in another segment sometime, and I hope Eric tells people about this podcast so that we can get more subscribers to YouTube and Facebook. I know he follows us outside of this. We follow each other. We family.
We family.
So, that's my barber too when I'm home, by the way. Like, that's who I go to if y'all didn't know. So I mean, real spit. Like, That's not even a joke. And then if people need their haircut, I don't care if it's Western New York Bulletin, wherever it's at, I'm always hitting Eric Clark. He'll tell you that. I'm always tagging him for whoever needs a haircut. So that's just my guy. And I'm excited that you were here with us tonight. And I'm excited for where this podcast is going. I look forward to just everything we've been discussing. From we getting ready to switch from NFL to Dion is an NBA follower. I am a WNBA follower. But right now, we in the NCAA. I think we can both say we follow women's NCAA. So like right now, Texas and South Carolina is playing. We in the
what is the score? Because I am not watching it.
62-59 with a minute 31 to go.
Okay.
And South Carolina's up 62-59. So I can't wait to get more people on, like the quality of Eric. I think we got Q Habib coming on. That's Dion's play your role. That's Dion's job. She vets, she goes and finds them, and gets them in here, and we go from there. So again, thank you so much for coming on, dealing with us and talking with us tonight, and just enlightening us too, educating us on some things. And so we look forward to having you back.
You already know, man. You already know it's love.
For sure.
Yo, listen, love you guys. My ending. I always tell everybody, nobody can play your role better than you. So continue to play your role and continue to follow whatever God has set for you. So other than that, yo, we'll catch everybody next week.
8 o'clock, the Locker Room Lounge podcast. Deuces.
Deuce.
Peace.